Good morning, student. Today, again, we shall learn about air pollution and control. This is lecture number 2. In my earlier lecture, we already covered what is air pollution, which are the air pollutant, temperature profile curve, and adverse effect of air pollution. Now, we shall learn about greenhouse effect, global warming, and acid rain. So, what is greenhouse effect? The greenhouse effect is there are some greenhouse gases in our upper atmosphere which absorb the infrared radiation and re-emits some of the energy to the earth's surface again to maintain the surface temperature of the earth in the optimum level. This phenomenon is known as greenhouse effect. I repeat again. Here are some. See the picture. In our upper atmosphere, there are so many greenhouse gases: water vapor, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, etc. etc. These greenhouse gases absorb the infrared radiation of sun and they re-emit more and more amount of energy toward the earth's surface. This phenomenon is known as greenhouse effect. In the picture, on left hand side, we see that the natural greenhouse effect. That means when the concentration of greenhouse gases is in normal condition, then they absorb the solar radiation. Out of this absorption, more heat energy escapes into the space and minimum amount of energy re-emits towards the earth's surface. But when the concentration of greenhouse gases is enriched, they absorb the solar radiation and maximum amount of radiation re-emits toward the earth's surface and less amount of radiation energy emitted or escaped towards the space. As a result, the temperature of the earth's surface is increased. So this is the greenhouse effect. The term greenhouse effect is based on the concept of a conventional greenhouse where the glass enclosing the green plant which act as a blanket. I repeat again, the term greenhouse is based on the concept of a conventional greenhouse which is made by a glass and which act as a blanket. That is, it kept constant temperature inside the box. Greenhouse gases are water vapor, carbon monoxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, halocarbons, etc. So due to the enrichment of these gases in our atmosphere, the re-emit of energy is enhanced. That means the surface temperature of the earth will increase. Next, global warming. Global warming means the gradual increase in the earth temperature due to the emission of excessive amount of radiation trapping gases is called global warming. I repeat again. The gradual increase in the earth temperature due to the emission of excessive amount of radiation trapping gases is called global warming. The gases responsible for global warming are water vapor, carbon monoxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, halocarbon, mainly CFCs, etc. The greenhouse gases act as a thermal blanket which absorb the radiation from sun, heat the atmosphere, and radiated some amount of energy to the earth's surface as well as to the space. In this way, the earth average temperature is maintained, but due to rapid increase in the concentration of these greenhouse gases, they emitted more and more amount of energy toward the earth's surface, and the temperature of earth is gradually increased. This is global warming. Next, this picture corresponds to the global warming. Due to the modernization and globalization, huge amount of industries are there. They emitted so many toxic greenhouse gases which polluted our atmosphere. More and more amount of ice cap is a melt, so the seawater level is increase, etc. So the effect of global warming. There are so many effects of global warming. Out of these, some are there. Number one, effect on climate. Due to global warming, the rate of evaporation of water from various water bodies will lead to increase in rainfall. But the rain is not evenly distributed throughout the world. It is seen that in one part of the world is heavy rainfall is occurred. In the other part, the rainfall is very minimum. Number two, effect on seawater level. Due to the global warming, the average temperature of Earth's surface is rapidly increases. This leads to the melt of ice cap. As a result, the seawater level is increased. Next, effect on agriculture. Due to global, due to air pollution, global warming is happen. As a result, it have a great influence to the agricultural field. Due to heavy rain, due to drought, or so many hazardous effect of air pollutant also, the rate of food production in agricultural field is affected. So these three are the main effect of global warming. Next, acid rain. Another fact is happened due to air pollution. Due to industrialization and modernization, we need so many products, we need huge amount of energy, we need transportation, huge transportation system, and so on. So to provide these needs of human, we continuously burn fossil fuel, we continuously made so many industries, etc. And from these transport system industries, huge amount of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, different oxide of sulfur, different oxide of nitrogen are emitted into our atmosphere. These oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen, mainly sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxides, react with rainwater and they produce sulfuric acid, nitric acid or nitrous acid. And they are soluble in rainwater and get down during the rainfall, so and get precipitated toward the earth's surface. This phenomenon is known as acid rain. The acid rain means the presence of excessive acid in the rainwater. The pH of acid rain generally varies from 3 to pH 6. It mainly contains sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Due to presence of excessive sulfur dioxide or nitrogen or nitrogenous compound from different anthropogenic activities in our atmosphere, they are easily soluble in rainwater and form sulfuric acid or nitric acid or nitrous acid, and they produce the acid rain. Some effect of acid rain on human health or animal life. Many aquatic species disappear due to the acidification of water bodies. Number one. Number two, acid rain reduces the production of phytoplankton in the water bodies. As a result, the lack of food occurs in the water bodies. Acid rain, acid rain damages the marble house and culture, marble culture, and etc. It damages the chlorophyll of leaf. As a result, the rate of photosynthesis decreases, so the growth and development of plant is restricted. Lastly, it increases the soil acidity. So before stop my lecture, recapitulate today's lecture. Today I will already discuss about global warming, acid rain, consequences of global warming, and greenhouse effect and greenhouse gases, etc. So thank you everybody. Stop my lecture.